All right, now we're going to go over the parental documentation, the information on the sire and the dam of your puppy. This may take a little longer, and feel free to come with questions when you pick up your puppy or call and ask them, whatever. It's a little more complicated, so it may take a little longer. The first thing I want to show you is this is the registration. It's just a copy of the registration certificate from GANA, the Golden Doodle Association. So they don't have to be a Golden Doodle. I have all my poodles and Golden Retrievers registered with them. And this will give you an idea of what yours can look like. Your puppy will be here, but anyway, this is either the mother or the father, and then their parents, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and it has the ownership information up here. If your puppy's parents are purebred, like a purebred poodle, purebred golden retriever, they will also have something from the American Kennel Club, which is a pedigree similar to the other one. Maybe has a few more. It's got one more generation, I believe. And that shows that they're purebred. They also should have in here somewhere a registration certificate. That looks like this. That's also from the American Kennel Club, just proving that they're purebred and registered. So for the health testing, there is, we will have something in there from Embark or possibly another genetic testing company, but right now I'm using Embark for everybody. And this will have the test results for all the what we call the breed profiles, so all the most common diseases, the genetic diseases of that breed. For the poodle, there's one set. For the golden retriever, there's another set. And most of my dogs are clear of everything. Some of them may be a carrier for something, which means I would certainly not breed them to another carrier or an affected dog. So they may, though, be bred if they're a carrier or at risk, if they're at risk or a carrier for something. If they're a golden retriever and that's only a golden retriever issue and I love everything else about the dog, I may breed them to a poodle, not another golden retriever, and so forth like that. We're careful with the genetics, but we don't just, if they are carrier or at risk for something, if it's not bothering them and they're not affected by it, then we won't just automatically kick them out of our breeding program, but we do take precautions. And this is just a summary. The actual report is like 30 pages long or something, because Embark, in addition to testing for the breed profile, they test for color traits and body size trait, coat traits, a lot of different things within the breed. And then they always do something like 150 other tests just to test for other diseases that they have the assays for. You've already seen the registration certificate, and this is what the eye certificate looks like. This says this is done by a board-certified ophthalmologist, and it's done. All of our dogs are done every 2 years, so you should see a clear, a certification of clear no eye diseases within the last 2 years for your dog's parents. We have, let's do the heart certification will also be done on all the dogs. That's just done once, and that's also done by a board-certified veterinarian, board-certified cardiologist. This is what is this one? Oh, patellar luxation, because this is Champ, and because Champ has some mini poodle in him, he's not purely standard, he's got a little miniature in there. We discovered that through the DNA testing. We looked at his knees. He's got the patellar luxation certification. There's no sign that his knees are giving out. He's got good knees. And I think that's it. Oh no. This is thyroid. We also have some of our poodles tested for thyroid just to make sure that they're okay on that, and he was fine on that. And this is the results of his brucellosis exam. All the male dogs here get the brucellosis test yearly, and the females do if an outside dog is coming in to breed, we have her tested for brucellosis, or if one of our females is going to breed outside our program, we do the brucellosis test. That's an STD for dogs. This is the old PennHIP report, which I liked better, maybe because I was just used to it. It goes over the left hip and the right hip, looking for any signs of hip dysplasia or looseness. This is Champs. He's way over here in the 90th percentile. So anything over the breed, the median of the breed, would be acceptable. And he's got quite nice hips. And he's also had his elbows looked at and is clear of that. I don't know where that went because that's not what this is. That is the prelim on the heart, but it's similar. The elbow exam will look like this. It'll be a preliminary report on the elbows. Here's a copy of the new PennHIP report, and this has the, let's see, what is that? Distraction index. So the square is going to be the breed, the median or average, I guess, of the breed, and you want to be better than that, tighter than that. So this is one of the females, and she certainly is tighter than that. This doesn't have really the nice breakdown of the left and the right, but it has a good summary and interpretation, and it goes by very recent breed statistics. So maybe it's easy for you to read. I like the old kind better, but PennHIP has switched to this. Anyway, that's what that is. You'll see that in your parents' paperwork. And I think that is all the types of testing you'll see in there. Hips, elbows, hearts, and eyes for everybody. Some of the poodles also have the knee exam and the thyroid. And we have the DNA for everybody. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Thanks.